Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Zombie World. Opening treasure box bursts with Tongtian Axis Yang travels through the zombie world, gains the ghost killing and treasure box exploding system, and can also pick up treasure boxes everywhere. At the beginning, he explodes a full-level Tongtian Axis bomb and kill the zombie Lord Ren and reveal the treasure chest. Obtain the full-level golden light curse, pay homage to all gods, slay thunder, and make ghosts and demons tremble with fear. Picking up treasure chests in the chaotic burial forest. Obtaining supreme pure yang skill, capturing the essence of the sun and transforming it into spiritual energy, the great sun never dies, and the cultivation is endless. Originally, Su Yang thought that he could work hard to cultivate and become a little immortal in the daytime. Until that day. The treasure chest unexpectedly opened. Reincarnation in the underworld. I'll go, this is too. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Obtaining the Tongtian Axis. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The moon is dark and the wind is high. Renjia Town. The wind rustled in the small forest, and the twisted branches danced like ghosts. The sound of crickets and frogs made the air feel eerie and terrifying. Suyang quickened his pace because he went to help Uncle Jiao talk to Mr. Ren and meet at the Western restaurant tomorrow to discuss the relocation of the tomb, which is why he came back so late. I am the junior disciple of Uncle Jiao, and I traveled to this zombie world a year ago. Young man, stay behind. Suddenly, a cry of illness appeared in my ear. Suyang was startled and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. At night, who is it? Turning around, I saw an old man with gray hair and a thin and bony physique. This old man was like a starving refugee, with his eyes sunken and his body bent with a hunched back. He was dressed in rags and lay on the ground, trembling in pain. Nyan, young people help. Help me. Old man, are you here? Suyang was puzzled, this wilderness and wilderness. Woo-woo, sorry for my daughter's accident in the middle of the night. I was anxious but got lost, and my foot was also injured. The old man started to sob as he spoke, trembling with cold all over his body. He had a runny nose and tears, so pitiful. Young man, my daughter's house is in Renha village, Renjia town. Can you help me carry me back? My family will definitely be grateful to you. This. Su Yang hesitated a bit. Don't worry, young man. As a skinny old man, can I still eat you? This. Okay. There are wealthy wolves, tigers, and leopards in this small forest. It's quite dangerous for an old man to stay overnight here. Suyang stood next to the old man, squatting down. The old man suddenly jumped onto his back. Suyang was caught off guard, his back sank, and his butt almost fell and sat down. Old man, are you still a bit heavy? Suyang didn't expect a skinny old man to weigh even more than himself. Oh, that's all I have left with this old bone. Suyang didn't think carefully. Following the direction pointed by the old man. But after walking for a long time, the surroundings are still dark and dark. The thick fog was even more severe, and I couldn't see my fingers when I reached out. The more I walked, the tighter the old man felt around his neck. I walked for a while again. I'm almost suffocating. Suyang felt his neck being tightly held and his feet were filled with lead. Under the twists and turns, beads of sweat seeped out from the forehead. Old man, let go. You've almost strangled my neck, cough. Don't loosen it. The old man on his back is full of dark energy. Then I won't take you home. Chatter on, this can't be done by you anymore. The old man on his back had already looked grim, and he began to chatter and laugh coldly. Are you not human? Suyang was shocked. I didn't expect to be hit again. I was carrying an old ghost on my back, and my Taoist skills are not low. At least I have 7 levels of Wandering Soul Realm. And I am only at the 3rd level of the Jiaoding Daotong realm, let alone being attacked by the other party first. The old ghost let out a terrifying laughter, as if playing with its prey. At that moment, Su Yang suddenly remembered whether there was a local temple nearby. In the blink of an eye, there was indeed a small earthen temple less than 1 meter high by the roadside, with a clay sculpture of the land god inside. The master and I used to frequently burn incense to repair this earth temple, which is also fate. Land Duke, help. Su Yang didn't care about so much and rushed over and shouted loudly. Hey, even if you burst your throat today, no one will come to save you, the old ghost chuckled. But at this moment, a golden light flashed. Like a powerful and intense spirit, piercing the old ghost's brow. Bang! With a dull sound, the intense yang and yin energies collided, and the old ghost immediately flew out of Su Yang's back. The old ghost lay on the ground, gasping for breath, and his yin energy had already begun to dissipate. The shadow of the earth in the Tudi temple appeared. Who dares to cause trouble on my own territory, young generation? The old ghost immediately became lethargic, with no arrogance left. He knelt down on the ground and begged for mercy. Master, spare your life, Master, spare your life. At this moment, a ding-dong prompt sound appeared in Su Yang's mind. Ding-dong, congratulations to the host. You have successfully activated the ghost killing and treasure box explosion system. Additional feature. You can find treasure boxes everywhere. Su Yang's heart was filled with joy, but he stood up with resentment and bowed respectfully to the land. Grandpa Earth, this is deceiving me so hard. Let me take care of him. After speaking, he took out his peachwood sword and inserted it into the old ghost's chest with one move. Ah ah ah. A mournful scream echoed through the small grove, and the ghost's soul began to rapidly disintegrate. Then came a crisp, ding-dong sound. Explode the treasure chest. Congratulations, kill one of the 7 layers of wandering souls and obtain a gold-level treasure chest. Looking around, there is only myself. Su Yang's face was full of surprise, and a golden treasure chest had already appeared in the system, thick and antique. Open. Ding, congratulations to the host for successfully opening the treasure chest. Obtaining the full-level Tongtian Axis. Spirit. 1,000 points. Suddenly, a huge amount of spiritual energy poured directly into the body. After half a sound, Su Yang has elevated from the 2nd level realm of Jiaoding Daotong to the 5th level realm. My whole body is warm and radiant. Chapter 2. Gold level treasure chest. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Huh, my spring has finally arrived. Looking back, it has been a whole year since I traveled to this zombie world. I have been apprenticed for less than a year and have just practiced. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't have been fooled by an old ghost myself. But I also want to thank that old ghost for helping me completely open the system. Look at the full-level Tongtian Axis. Su Yang suddenly realized something. You should know that in the world of zombies, this full-level heavenly axis is an ultimate Taoist technique, known as one of the 8 wonderful skills. The Tongtian Axis uses divine souls as its pen, spiritual energy as its ink, and heaven and earth as its talismans. Its heart moves according to its will, and talismans can be transformed out of thin air, emitting hair in the air. It can be considered a unique skill of Taoism. Unable to wait to open the system interface. Host. Su Yang Realm. Jiaoding Daotong 5th floor cultivation. 23 out of 500 divine level Taoist. Full level Tongtian Axis ordinary runes. Currently unavailable treasure chest. Nun Su Yang widened his eyes, his face full of disbelief. The system is so powerful that he can't walk horizontally in this world in the future. I feel so happy in my heart. Humming a tune all the way towards Yizhuang, it was quite peaceful all the way. On the bumpy path, a prominent red envelope suddenly appeared in front of me. Oh, why are there still red envelopes here? Su Yang didn't doubt he was there and walked up to pick up the red envelopes. Once opened, there are 3 oceans inside. I'll go and make a fortune. Looking at the ocean in the red envelope, Su Yang was overjoyed. When his master went out to do a mage exorcism, it was only less than $2 ocean. Well, next time you can go to Rinjia town and have a big feast. Su Yang took the red envelope into his arms. Amidst the dense and gloomy shrubs, a sinister little ghost, with a righteous and evil smile, looked at Su Yang and disappeared. Big brothers are on their way, big brothers are on their way. Four-eyed Taoist stood in front of a row of corpses adorned with talismans. With the rhythmic movement of the bell in his hand, the corpses behind him seemed to listen to the command, bouncing rhythmically towards the front and leaving the Yizhuang. Su Yang is back. Coincidentally, I saw Master Simu walking out with a group of zombies at lightning speed. Master, why don't you stay a few more days? The four-eyed Taoist waved his hand and refused with righteous words. Hey, don't stay. If I don't leave again, the customer's body will be torn apart. I'm leaving, we'll see each other later. After speaking, he shook the bell in his hand and said, Big brothers, we're on our way. Su Yang understands. It must have been Qiusheng pretending to be a zombie to scare Wen Kai, but he ended up removing the talismans of these zombies, causing Uncle Simu and other zombies to almost have their skeletons roughly dismantled by Uncle Jiu. You should know, this is the guy that Uncle Simu eats with, but it hurts him so much. Junior brother, have you returned? Wen Kai and Qiusheng looked at Su Yang pleading for help. Uncle Jiu's face softened when he saw Su Yang return. Master, Mr. Ren invites you to drink foreign tea early tomorrow morning. Su Yang will go to the Ren mansion today, and Mr. Ren has mentioned the matter of inviting Uncle Jiu to meet tomorrow morning. Foreign tea. Uncle Jiu's eyebrows furrowed almost imperceptibly. The atmosphere is a bit awkward. Is foreign tea delicious? Wen Kai's face was full of anticipation. I haven't even tasted it before, who knows? Qiusheng waved his hand, expressing boredom. Su Yang yawned a bit tired. Uncle Jiu wants to say something more. An extra glance at Su Yang in an instant. My eyebrows twitched fiercely. Looking at him seriously, Su Yang, did you find something on the way? Su Yang paused for a moment and honestly took out the red envelope he found on the path. Master, you're really amazing. On the way back, I was lucky enough to find a red envelope with 3 pieces of ocean inside. Just the moment the red envelope was taken out, Lin Jiu was shocked. Sleeping trough, junior brother, you're lucky. I also want to go out and pick up red envelopes. When Kai scratched his head, there are 3 big oceans. Even Qiusheng's eyes widened beside him, thinking to himself that he often walks at night. Why didn't he encounter this good thing? This is the money that the ghost threw away. If you pick it up, you'll give your life to the ghost. Uncle Jiu gave Wen Kai an explosive chestnut, this big-hearted and fearless guy. At Lin Jiu's words, Su Yang suddenly felt a thud. Master, what should I do then? Lin Jiu sighed and said, Fortunately, I discovered it in a timely manner. Don't be greedy for such cheap things in the future. Yes, Master Xie's teachings. Put this red envelope on the ancestral altar and let the ancestral master help you turn this disaster away. Upon hearing these words, Su Yang took a deep breath. Place the red envelope on the altar of Sanmao Patriarch. It's okay, let Grandmaster and him just go. Almost at the moment and the red envelope was placed on the altar. Bang! There was a crisp sound. Outside the Yizhuang, a wild ghost instantly lost his soul. Direct explosion. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. Kill one wandering soul 9th level ghost and obtain a gold level treasure chest. Upon receiving this message, Su Yang quickly looked at his system page. An unopened treasure chest is lying there. I'll go. This is too incredible, isn't it? Is this okay too? At this moment, Lin Jiu noticed a change in Su Yang's breath. Chapter 3. Breakthroughs. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Su Yang, have you broken through your realm yet? Su Yang immediately regained his senses and nodded. I accidentally realized while in the forest, I don't know how I broke through. How many floors have you reached now? Lin Jiu asked again. Well, about the 5th floor of the Jiaoding Daotong. Puff. I'll go, junior brother. Do you still want us to live? Yeah, you've been on the 5th floor for less than a year now. Are you sitting on a cloud-piercing arrow? Qiusheng and Wen Kai were both shocked, but at the same time, they felt a sense of defeat from being crushed by someone on the ground. That sense of powerlessness made both of them envious, jealous, and resentful, while also giving rise to a feeling of being unable to love. The two of them looked at Su Yang as if they had seen a monster. Genius. Bully. Good luck. 5 floors in less than a year. You should know that cultivators are divided into Lantern Progress, Night Traveler, and Night Stopper. Qiusheng followed Lin for more than 9 years, and only then did he reach the 9th level of the Lantern Taoist realm. Wen Kai is also the 8th level realm of Jiaoding Daotong. After a long time, Lin Jiucai coughed lightly, his facial muscles twitched, and after a while, he seemed to come back to his senses from shock. Well, that's good. Keep going. Although I entered the door a bit later than your 2 senior brothers, practicing one requires talent. Wen Kai looked at Qiusheng unwillingly. Senior brother, I thought you were a talented person, but compared to our junior brother who has only been in school for a year. Qiusheng. Leave behind the 3 people who are still amazed. Su Yang felt that he could no longer stay to attract hatred. He still needs to go back and see what good things are in his treasure chest. Go back to the room. Close the window. Open the system. Host. Su Yang Realm. Jiaoding Daotong 5th floor cultivation. 23 out of 500 divine level Taoist. Full level Tongtian Axis, full level Golden Light Curse ordinary runes. Currently unavailable treasure chest. One look at that treasure chest. Su Yang chooses. Open treasure chest, ding, congratulations to the host for successfully opening the treasure chest. Obtaining the full level Golden Light Curse. Spirit. 2,600 points. Suddenly, a huge spiritual energy surged into Su Yang's body again. My whole body is bathed in warm sunshine. For a long time, Su Yang suddenly opened his eyes. He found that he had upgraded directly from the 5th floor of the lantern crossing to the 9th floor. This. Su Yang himself was frozen in place, unable to come back to his senses. And in my own divine level Taoist art, I have added a full level Golden Light Curse. The Golden Light Mantra is the Xuanzong of heaven and earth, the root of all energy, and one of the 8 great divine mantra. Its strength is by no means average. Now Su Yang feels like his entire blood is burning. That kind of expectation for the future. He can hardly sleep anymore. In a daze, Su Yang thought of moving the tomb for Mr. Ren tomorrow. Glancing at his treasure box system, how many good things would have to be exposed if we had to take down Mr. Ren's powerful old zombie. The next day. Early in the morning. Uncle Gio dressed neatly and tidied up his clothes. Master, I'm ready now. Wen Kai approached with a smile. Last night, senior brother Qiusheng returned to his aunt's shop. The master said he and his junior brother will go to Lord Ren's place today to drink Western tea. Hey, junior brother, the sun is shining on your buttocks. You should hurry up. Wen Kai urged, afraid that if he slowed down, he wouldn't be able to drink that sip of hot tea. Su Yang was wearing a blue long shirt today, and it's unclear if he had once again elevated himself to a new level last night, making him look very energetic. Uncle Joe glanced at the literary talent who still wanted to say more, then looked at Su Yang and the corners of his eyes twitched slightly. "Master, did you get sand in your eyes?" Wen Kai asked cautiously. Uncle Joe's eye twitching was even more severe. Halfway through, he looked at Su Yang. "Su Yang, have you broken through again?" Lin Jiu was extremely shocked. Su Yang's aura was already similar to that of Qiu Sheng. Su Yang was stunned for a moment and nodded awkwardly. In fact, he doesn't intend to take the initiative to talk about the improvement of his own strength. But now the master has seen it. If you don't say it, you think you're hiding something and busy explaining it. "Master, when I was sleeping last night, I dreamt of a foreign beauty, and I don't know why I woke up on the 9th floor of the Jiao Deng Dao Tong. Uncle 9. In shock, Wen Kai gritted his teeth with a face full of resentment and unwillingness. "I have a rendezvous with foreign beauties every night in my dreams. How come I don't have someone as powerful as my junior brother who can break through the shackles and climb several levels in a row?" Picking my head, it was both shocking and envious. Lin Jiu resented that iron could not turn into steel, and an explosive chestnut once again struck Wen Kai's forehead. "Look, it's all one master. Your junior brother has only been in the sect for a year. Can you take a look at you again?" "Master, I also practice every night. Just like you, when someone cultivates, you dream of having a rendezvous with a foreign beauty." Wen Kai chuckled and said, "Master, you're really amazing. Do you all know that?" Lin Jiuyang raised his hand and gave Wen Kai another chance. "This guy is simply unable to support the wall with mud." Seeing that Wen Kai was about to suffer again, Su Yang quickly came forward. "Master, I'm also lucky. By chance, I broke through. This is what Master usually teaches us. Let's leave quickly, otherwise Mr. Ren should be in a hurry." Quickly change the topic. Uncle Jiu gave Su Yang a deep glance. Chapter 4. Refreshing the Treasure Chest. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Cough cough, do you really dream of foreign beauties breaking through every night? Su Yang. Cough, yes, master. Market. It's incredibly lively. Selling fish, fresh fish meat. 2 banana leaves were spread out under bamboo strips, and the vendor poured out several fresh and plump grass carp. The sound of splashing water mixed with the joy of fish jumping. On the street, people come and go. "Good morning, Uncle Jiu." "Uncle Jiu, where are you taking your 2 disciples for tea?" Uncle Jiu's little apprentice is becoming even taller and more handsome. On the street, many people took the initiative to greet Lin Jiu. Su Yang also received many praises along the way. He is actually a literary talent, with a bitter gourd on his face. "Master, I don't want to go drink tea anymore." With a stern face, these old folks have all praised my junior brother to the heavens. Are those people blind while I'm here? Okay, then you go back. Uncle Jiu was in a good mood. It seems that Su Yang is enough to support him. As Wen Kai saw his master about to leave, he stomped his foot and chased after him. "Master, wait for me." In the restaurant. Mr. Ren warmly welcomed Uncle Jiu and the 3 of them. "Mr. Ren, I heard that your daughter has returned, why didn't you see it?" Uncle Jiu asked with concern. My home is Tingting, isn't it here?" Mr. Ren waved to the side. "Tingting, we're here." Ren Tingting is wearing a pink dress, with fair skin and a slight hint of pink. She is cute and charming. Wherever you go, there is a beautiful scenery. Su Yang only looked up at Ren Tingting. Sure enough, just like in the movie, have a broad mind. And her appearance is incredibly watery and natural, completely different from those women who have undergone plastic surgery in their past lives, pure and natural beauty. Because he comes from a wealthy family, he carries an innate aura of a wealthy lady, and any man probably has the impulse to hold her down. The literary talent next to him was stunned. A pair of beads, not even moving. Uncle Gio secretly stepped on Wen Kai, who then smiled and looked at Mr. Ren. Mr. Ren, as the saying goes, one movement is better than one stillness. Have you considered this matter of moving the coffin and tomb carefully? Grandpa Ren frowned and explained, to be honest with Uncle Gio, this matter is a long story. Then he told Uncle Gio everything that the feng shui master who buried Grandpa Ren said. And insist on relocating graves. Uncle Gio nodded in agreement. Mr. Ren, someone is looking for you. The waiter came up to look for Mr. Ren. Uncle Gio, please have some tea first. I'll come right after I go. Lin Gio nodded. After Mr. Ren left, Ren Tingting felt a bit disgusted by the literary talent in her eyes. He gave a sly smile to the three of them and said, "Hey, haven't you ordered anything yet?" With a wave of his hand, a guard came over with a receipt. Ren Tingting handed it to Wen Kai, who looked bitter and didn't even know if he had taken it upside down. He looked at his master pleading for help. Lin Jiuzheng sat in a precarious position and looked at the list without hesitation, unable to take it down for a moment. Let me take some. Su Yang took the order and glanced roughly. 3 lattes, 3 pasta, Unfortunately, there's no mousse or fruit salad here. Oh, not even red wine. Su Yang sneered with a loud disdain. Then he looked at Ren Tingting and said, "You guys have too much variety here. Is it okay to just open a Western restaurant like this?" Ren Tingting was originally holding back a wave of anger. Being fiercely scolded by Su Yang, I suddenly felt that this man not only knew a lot, but also had something to say directly. Mom once said, "This kind of man is not artificial and has a good heart." After tea. After 3 days of agreement, Mr. Ren lifted the coffin and moved the burial. Ding dong, system prompt. Ren Tingting's boudoir refreshes the treasure chest, the host can go and pick it up. Bang dang. Su Yang almost didn't sit firmly. Treasure chest. Another treasure chest has appeared. Blood boiling. Full body uplifted. But Nima. Can't you brush the treasure chest in any wilderness or cemetery? To be painted in Ren Tingting's boudoir. Miss, who hasn't left the cabinet yet, is pure and pure. Shall I break into her boudoir? Seduction. Forceful intrusion. Stealing it inside. Shaking his head, several methods were rejected. Su Yang felt that he had encountered a big problem, but if he gave up, it would definitely not work. But looking at the treasure chest without picking it up. Sad, anxious to death. But the key is, how can I go by myself? Uncle Gio, besides this coffin removal and burial, can you help with one more thing? Mr. Ren seems to have some unspoken secrets, so he spoke up and asked. Master Ren, but it doesn't matter. Lin Jiu immediately nodded. Mr. Ren pondered for a long time and immediately said, "It's like this. 3 people have died in my mansion these past 2 days, all of whom seem to have been bitten to death by wild beasts. Their faces are already blurry with blood and flesh. So, could you please ask Uncle Gio to come over and see what's going on? I always feel that this matter doesn't seem so simple." Upon hearing these words, Lin Jiu also knew the importance of the matter. Immediately said, "Let's go and take a look." "Thank you so much, Uncle Gio." Mr. Ren hurriedly thanked me. Ren Fu. Located on the busiest street in Rinjia town. The wide iron gate leads to a fountain rockery upon entering the villa. There are pavilions, towers, and pavilions on the rockery, everything you need. The entire Ren family villa is decorated in a magnificent manner. Looking at the huge villa in front of him, Lin Jiu felt that if he had searched everywhere alone, he wouldn't know when he would have found it. You guys go take a look everywhere, Uncle Nine handed a color to his 3 disciples. Yes, Master. The 3 of them left separately. Chapter 5. Yin Yang Heavenly Eye. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Suyang's goal is for Ren Tingting to pick up the treasure chest in her boudoir and naturally look towards her. Can Miss Ren help lead the way? Ren Tingting was stunned for a moment, her heart secretly stealing, and she even felt that this young apprentice of the 9th uncle was humble and polite. Looking back at Qiusheng, who had already climbed up the 2nd floor, I felt that he was just a reckless man. Qiusheng was truly shocked to see Ren Tingting for the first time. I wanted to show my strength and jump from the 1st floor to the 2nd floor out of thin air. But now he appears reckless. Literary talent is a matter of worrying about gains and losses. Humph, what's good about being handsome? People are handsome, beautiful women like them. Autumn came up and the 2 huddled together. Previously, Qiusheng thought he looked extraordinary, but now he has a junior brother. Hey, let's not talk about it. Su Yang and Ren Tingting smoothly went to the 2nd floor and took a walk. Oh, this room. Su Yang looked at the pink curtains and suddenly understood. Ren Tingting was stunned for a moment, then blushed and said, this is my room, it should be okay. Since we're here, we definitely need to go in and take a look, Su Yang said solemnly. Push the door directly into the boudoir. A shiny yellow treasure chest is waiting in the corner. However, it seems that others cannot see it. Su Yang found a treasure chest. He was a bit curious about what could be blown out of this wild treasure chest. Ding dong, congratulations on obtaining a golden treasure chest. Open the treasure chest. Ding dong, you have obtained the Yin Yang Heavenly Eye, spiritual energy. 1,000 points. Suddenly, a warm breath drifted through. Obtain the Yin Yang Heavenly Eye. Su Yang's eyes instantly became clear. Vaguely, he saw the demonic aura of an adult bear demon in the air, as well as the resentment of a young black bear. Turn around and look at Ren Tingting seriously. Ren Tingting only felt that Su Yang's eyes were clear and bright, as if they could penetrate people's hearts. She lowered her head a bit embarrassed. Let's go down and talk about it. Ren Tingting nodded and the 2 of them came to the living room together. How's it going? Uncle Jiu looked at Su Yang. Just now, Qiusheng and Wen Kai didn't notice anything. Su Yang thought for a moment and said, have you ever eaten black bear cubs? Mr. Ren nodded and said, yes, I bought 2 and came back to stew soup. I drank both. You must have provoked the bear demon. Su Yang knew that there was a powerful bear demon in Renjia town, which was Ren's neighbor when the zombie was injured. Later on, it never appeared again. Su Yang felt that it must have been Mr. Ren who sucked the blood of that demon, otherwise his strength could not have skyrocketed. I'm afraid the ones you've eaten are the children of the bear demon. Lin Jiu nodded and looked pleased, not bad, indeed. Turning to look at Lord Ren, he said, Lord Ren, there is a virtue in heaven to live a good life, but your desire for food is to kill the son of the bear demon by mistake. He will definitely come back to seek revenge. Wen Kai exclaimed excitedly, Junior brother, are you so amazing? You can even tell this. Su Yang shook his head and sighed, Master, I still don't understand. If the black bear cubs are eaten and the black bear demon comes to kill, will one die a day and ultimately kill everyone? Uncle Joe's gaze was solemn and he said, indeed, some demons are very vengeful and have special temperament. Ren Leoi, Ren Tingting, and everyone in the family were trembling with fear. Uncle Joe, what should we do about this matter? Uncle Joe, please make sure to take action. The move must have been made, but Wen Kai pretended to make some money. Mr. Ren is a human spirit, so he immediately asked someone to bring a plate. Uncle Joe, here's a little something. After the matter is completed, there will be a heavy thank you. Uncle Joe shook his head and said, "Mr. Ren, please be polite. Eliminating demons and subduing demons is what our generation should do." He politely replied. Lin Jiu knew that the strength of this black bear demon was average, with only 6 or 7 layers of mixed demons. Last time he saw it in the deep mountains near Rinjia town, he let him run away. With the intention of experiencing Su Yang, he turned around and said, "Su Yang, stay with your senior brother Wen Kai to help protect Lord Ren." Su Yang understood Uncle Jiu's hard work, and he himself was eager to kill the monster and explode the treasure chest. Wen Kai saw the goddess up close and naturally left with a joyful expression on his face. "But Uncle Jiu, can your 2 disciples handle it?" Mr. Ren was still worried. Uncle Jiu nodded and gave Su Yang an extra glance. With Su Yang around, rest assured. Chapter 6. Black Bear Demon's Night Attack. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Night falls. The darkness is as thick as ink, like a fierce beast with open teeth and a grin waiting for an opportunity to move. Little Taoist. Mr. Ren hesitated to speak. Su Yang picked up the tea on the table and took a sip. Master Ren has something to say, but it's okay to say it. Mr. Ren hesitated for a moment and said, "Little Taoist, can you talk about this black bear demon?" Su Yang put down the teacup. Monsters are divided into miscellaneous monsters, wild monsters, and small monsters. Generally, miscellaneous monsters only harm people through some deceptive means. Wild monsters will directly kill, devour, plunder, and absorb people's blood to achieve the purpose of cultivation. Hiss. Everyone gasped for breath. At this moment, a servant stood out with his chest propped up. "Master and Miss, please rest assured that with me, Luda, there is a little black bear demon. I will kill one of them, and if there are 2, I will kill 1 pair." Luda is in his 40s and is responsible for the security of the Ren mansion. He believes that even if this black bear demon is powerful, it is still a livestock. Wen Kai rolled his eyes. "Do you think killing pigs is so simple? That's a demon. Maybe that miscellaneous demon has reached the 9th level of terror. This guy still wants to come out halfway to take credit." Luda proudly raised his shiny gunpowder gun and blew it at the muzzle, his face full of disdain. "Isn't it just a black bear demon? How powerful can it be? If you dare to come to labor, just smash his bare paws and stew them. Even if the black bear demon is even more powerful, can it surpass its own musket? Don't worry, Lord Ren. With me around, even the black bear demon can't stir up any trouble. We need to buy Lord Ren a black bear robe then." Luda's face was full of shivers and he was full of arrogance. Like a shot in hand, the world walks horizontally. "Yeah, Captain Lu has a gunpowder gun, he should be fine." Yes, what kind of monster can still have the power of a gunpowder gun? "If the black bear comes, let's shoot him into a sieve." Suddenly, everyone in the field felt like they had a backbone. Most importantly, everyone believes that Luda has a gun and can definitely defeat the black bear demon. Even the newly elected master's expression softened a lot. Su Yang just glanced at the servant named Luda and shook his head, hoping that he wouldn't be scared to wet his pants later. How could a truly ferocious monster be afraid of ordinary bullets? At this moment. Bang! 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 At the entrance of the Ren family, there was a loud collision sound. Everyone's gaze fell on the entrance. "Sleeping trough, did you really come so soon?" Lu Demo wiped his palm. Wen Kai also shouted and jumped out. "It's time to showcase your true strength. Don't panic, everyone. I have already placed a large number of talismans at the entrance. I believe that the black bear demon cannot break through the door." The words have just finished. Boom! With a loud bang. The indestructible iron gate of the Ren family was forcefully opened by a tremendous force. With a bang, it hung on the rockery in the yard. Wen Kai. Dot. The rest of the audience said, dot. Even Su Yang raised his forehead and glanced at Wen Kai. Dust settled. At the entrance of the Ren family, there stood a 3-meter-tall black bear with crimson, bloodthirsty, and fierce eyes. The black bear was shrouded in black air, its muscles bursting with fur, and its crimson flesh flipped and exposed. Its flesh seemed to have come alive, constantly rolling and wriggling, eerie and penetrating. Being able to slap the heavy iron gate of Ren Mansion into the sky with one palm, this black bear demon has infinite power and is definitely not easy. Ow! The black bear opened its bloodthirsty mouth and let out a fierce howl, as if a demon god had descended. A wisp of gloomy wind brushed past, and the air exuded a qualitative, bloody and copper smell. I'll go, is this still a bear demon, this mutated version of Nima's Titan? Luda was almost crying. You can pretend to be tough yourself, even if you cry, you have to finish pretending. Shoot. Trembling with both hands, holding the gunpowder gun and shooting wildly at the black bear. Bang! Bang! Bang bang bang! A series of bullets greeted the black bear as if it were free of charge. However, these bullets were only stuck in the fur of the black bear. Not pierced through it. Even the wriggling muscles on the black bear can push out any bullets that have already been shot and stuck. This scene fooled everyone directly. The black bear rushed forward and slapped away the servant holding a long spear before he could react. Luda, who was in charge of things, was so frightened that his bold words were thrown directly behind his head. Mom, help me. He charged toward Su Yang and Wen Kai without any image. Everyone in the audience. Dot. This Luda is just a silver spear wax head, withering so badly. Master, junior brother, I don't think there's anything wrong with this black bear demon. Its flesh and blood have torn through its fur, as if it's still growing. Has this black bear already stepped into the realm of a wild demon? Wen Kai was shocked. Su Yang frowned. I don't know what kind of adventure this black bear demon has had. Not only has it reached the realm of a wild demon, but its body seems to be still undergoing transformation. Wen Kai's face turned to ashes. What should we do? If it's a mixed demon, we still have a slight chance of winning. This wild demon is here, why don't we withdraw first? Upon hearing Wen Kai's words, Mr. Ren and others next to him immediately became anxious. Don't panic for now. Su Yang remained motionless, with a hint of inscrutable aura on his body. Wen Kai hurriedly stomped his feet in place. It's strange not to panic. It seems like a deadly act. Poor me, I haven't even dreamed of breaking through to the last step of the fight with a foreign beauty. Junior brother, why don't we go and hire the master quickly? Chapter 7. Igniting Talisman 180 Combos. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The 3 wonderful uses of the Tongtian book. Skyward runes, stacked effects, the power of legality. The so-called aerial talismans, as the name suggests, do not require materials such as cinnabar, wolf hair, or yellow talismans to directly capture the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, transform out of thin air, and explode instantly. Effect stacking. The same talisman can be stacked and instantly unleash twice or 3 times its power, with even a chance to hit a critical hit. Legitimate power. It is the perfect combination of different talismans, allowing the power of a single strike, also known as a talisman, to unleash various powers, not only complementing each other but also diversifying. However, although he now possesses the heavenly talisman technique, what makes Su Yang feel more distressed is that he hasn't had time to practice powerful talismans yet. Although the heavenly talisman can give oneself the ability to draw runes in the air, how to draw runes requires one's own effort and talent to learn. I am familiar with the only aggressive talisman, which is the ignition talisman. Now, this black bear demon happens to be a good opportunity to practice. Don't be busy, let me know about this bear demon. Having risen to the 9th floor of the Jiaodong Daotong in a row, Su Yang also wanted to test his true strength now. Wen Kai was shocked and said, "Junior brother, you and I are the ones who challenged the wild demon at the level of the Lantern Daotong. Sending them up is not enough to fill the teeth of that black bear demon." Taoists are divided into Jiaodong Daotong, Yi Fangshi, and Jinya Daoshi. Monsters are divided into miscellaneous monsters, wild monsters, and small monsters, corresponding to each other. Is this a level-up challenge? Okay. I still have a few ignition symbols here, which can last for a while. Let's hurry back and find the master. Wen Kai felt a bit sore. These ignition symbols are all produced frugally by following the master on a regular basis. Not to mention a valuable piece of paper, it is something that can save one's life in critical moments. This type of talisman is difficult to draw. In short, it took me 3 years to learn and only scratched the surface. Junior brother, as long as you can safely return this time, senior brother will teach you a few more moves. Last time, in order to show off, Wen Kai secretly taught Su Yang how to draw a fire ignition spell. However, in this moment, Su Yang raised his hand and pinched the formula. I felt as if the surrounding air was fluctuating, and an invisible ripple was surging towards his hand. With Su Yang's loud shout. Success! Visible to the naked eye, in the void pointed to by his hands, a red light flashed, and a red ignition talisman outlining ancient lines condensed out of thin air. Go! Su Yang let out a loud shout and pointed out his hand. The fire-igniting technique shattered the air and rushed towards the black bear demon. With a loud bang, the rune landed on the black bear demon and exploded, igniting a ball of sparks the size of a baby fist. ZZ. Everything happened in an instant. The skin and flesh of the black bear demon were burned, emitting a deafening roar, except for the rough and thick skin of the black bear. As soon as this talisman was released, the hand of Wen Kai next to him holding the ignition talisman paper trembled. This is a igniter. Void symbols. And the flame power emitted is greater than the talisman power drawn by the master. For a moment, Wen Kai felt a bit overwhelmed with the talisman he was holding. Is this a coincidence? Master, junior brother, I remember I only taught you once. Bah, I don't even count that. It seems that master has only taught you the drawing of the fire symbol once, right? Literary talent is like looking at gods and men. This junior apprentice not only knows how to draw fire symbols, but also can draw virtual symbols in the air and unleash them in the air. What kind of trick is this? The rest of the people in the field were even more glaring, especially Mr. Ren, who had some doubts about Wen Kai and Su Yang before. Now it seems that before Lin Jiolin left, he said there was no need to be afraid with the presence of Su Yang, the little Taoist priest. Indeed, there was no deception. However, Su Yang had no idea of the shock that his move brought. Not enough. Su Yang realized that a single blow could not kill the black bear demon. As he raised his hand, a red ancient seal script transformed out of thin air and smashed towards the black bear demon. Bang! ZZ! Ow! Oh, oh, oh! The fiery talisman, which embodies the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, may seem to have a small attack range, but it is born to restrain the yin chong of the bear demon. The 2 consecutive flames caused the black bear to be burned and twisted, and its crimson eyes were filled with anger. This humble human dared to challenge his dignity. Wen Kai. Watching Su Yang draw the void talisman twice in a row, Wen Kai was already stunned on the spot, his mouth wide open enough to fit an egg. With a click, I swallowed my saliva. Looking at Su Yang as if he didn't know him. This is definitely not a coincidence. Still not enough. Su Yang finally understood. Although he received all the full-level talismans, due to the limitations of his own realm, the killing power of these talismans was not maximized yet. It is not an exaggeration to say that if he now possesses the same level of Taoist skills as Lin Jiu, and uses this full-level divine fire talisman, he will be able to instantly kill this black bear demon. Raise your hand, another divine fire talisman is floating in the air and emitting falsely. Boom. ZZ. The burning sound of flesh and skin made the black bear demon feel injured all over, as if it had been strongly stimulated. Ow. Oh, oh, oh. The black bear demon is completely angry. With a long howl, he raised his hand and patted his chest. Bang bang. As the black bear's blood boiled, the surrounding air seemed to decrease by a few degrees, revealing a more intense stench. Almost at the same time, the black bear had a stronger black aura all over its body, its eyes were red, and its skin and flesh twisted together, making it terrifying. Not good, this monster didn't expect to hide its strength, it's actually the third-level realm of a wild monster. When Kai reacted and exclaimed beside him, horrified by the unprecedented crisis of life and death. Chapter 8. Black Bear Robe, Hidden. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Without the need for literary talent, everyone in the field had already felt the terrifying aura of the black bear demon, and the suppression of that aura was suffocating. Junior brother, it's not time to show off, come back quickly. Everyone in the field held their breath and dared not take a breath. However, Su Yang ignored it. As he raised his hand, he exuded a sense of grandeur. Even waiting for the black bear demon to react. As Su Yang raised his hand, a large amount of spiritual energy surged out of his body, and countless red fire symbols flew towards the black bear demon. Together. 2 ways. 3 paths. 10 paths. 30 paths. For a moment, everyone was dazzled. A majestic spiritual energy swept out, and even a slight oscillation appeared in the space. The heat wave swept through, and it was terrifying. Boom. 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 Bang, 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 bang. This black bear demon, who had finally advanced to the third level of the wild demon, seemed to have fallen into the sea of fire, and its massive and fierce body burned fiercely at this moment. After struggling for a moment, the black bear turned into ashes. In the void, only a golden treasure chest that Su Yang could see remained. Go over and pick it up. Ding dong, congratulations on obtaining a golden treasure chest. Teacher, junior brother. When Kai's eyes widened, as if he had seen something extraordinary. Shao, junior brother, your body hasn't been emptied. When Kai wiped his eyes and felt like he had seen a ghost. Su Yang's method is simply not human. You should know that even if the average person is a successful igniter, they can move their heart and mind like this, and the talisman cannot be released out of thin air 100 times in a row, right? The people next to them are also full of disbelief. The black bear demon, which was originally unable to hit bullets, was fiercely attacked by this young disciple of Uncle Nine. Beat to death with violence. Wow, Uncle Joe, this junior brother is too fierce, isn't he? No, this method is simply pleasing to the eye. That black bear demon is simply here to seek abuse. Well, in the future, when we have the Su Yang brothers in Rinjia town, what are we afraid of? Everyone thinks that Lin Jiu, this young apprentice, is not only handsome but also so proficient in Taoism that he is incredibly powerful. Causing Wen Kai to be by his side, both envious and jealous. But he was also aware that the young junior brother's methods just now were indeed incredible, and in short, he couldn't figure them out himself. Even the previous Ludo was already dumbfounded. My face is hot and spicy. Previously, I was praising myself for having a musket and using it to extinguish a pair. Now, seeing Su Yang's fierce operation, I also drool. I'm just playing a big knife in front of Guan Gong, humiliating myself, hiding in a corner and not daring to speak. Ren Tingting walked up and said, "Young Master Su, you're so amazing." Recalling Su Yanggong's fierce battle against the black bear demon just now, Ren Tingting's eyes were even gentler like water. Scared, Su Yang quickly didn't open his eyes. Mr. Ren, it's getting late. Since the bear demon has been eliminated, let's go back and prepare for Mr. Ren's tomb relocation in 3 days. After thinking for a moment, Grandpa Ren still reminded Su Xiaodao, 3 days later my father will open his coffin and move to another place. Please make sure to come. It was clear that Su Yang was there and he felt secure. When Kai blinked hard at Su Yang, Mr. Ren coughed lightly, waved his hand, and someone brought up a plate. Su Daochang, these are all the hard work expenses for this time. Before he could finish speaking, he was poured into his arms by all the literary talents. Although he was a bit dissatisfied with this old master ignoring him to please his junior brother, the thought of the ocean in his arms made his mouth shrink and he endured it again. Su Yang felt a bit embarrassed and said goodbye to Mr. Ren, promising to come in 3 days. He still wants to go back and open the treasure chest. The two of them returned to Yizhuang along the way. Lin Jiu didn't expect the two of them to go so smoothly. But as the literary talent added fuel to the story, he recounted the scene again, especially the young junior brother who drew a fire symbol in the void and hit 99 critical hits in a row. Although he knew there were exaggerated elements, he still knew that the situation must be very dangerous. Su Yang wants to bid farewell and return to his room. When Kai also happily wanted to leave, Lin Jiuchao only extended a hand. When Kai, with a bitter face, honestly took out $18 from his arms. Seeing these dozen or so pieces of ocean, Lin Jiu was taken aback for a moment. He knew that this incident was probably very dangerous, otherwise Mr. Ren would not have given such a number. After such a meal, when Kai cried and took out 2 pieces of ocean from his pocket. Master, please leave a little bit for me. Humph, you only know how to spend money recklessly. Subsequently, all 20 oceans were handed over to Su Yang. Su Yang, go buy some clothes that fit you well. Master, I haven't bought any clothes for 3 years, when Kai said with a bitter expression. Lin Jiu's eyes widened and he said, you're just like your senior brother. Master is not sure if you're spending money recklessly. He'll save it for you to take your wife in the future. When Kai opened his mouth and was stared at by Lin Jiu, afraid to speak, Su Yang waved his hand and said, Master, I live and eat in Yizhuang, so I don't need much money for now. Can you help me save it? Lin Jiu, however, handed all the money to Su Yang. This little apprentice likes it more and more as he looks at it. Such a big person, you also need to carry some money with you. Master Xie. When Kai. Master, he is a senior brother. He is even bigger and needs more money to support himself, okay. However, this forced appearance was directly ignored by Lin Jiu. Su Yang was no longer polite and quickly took the ocean back to his room. Close the door. Open the system. Chapter 9. Destruction of the world, swallowing of heaven and devouring of Yin. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. A golden treasure chest lies quietly in the chest column. Open. Ding dong, you have obtained the technique Annihilation Swallowing Heaven and Yin Determination, a black bear robe, and a large amount of spiritual energy. The whole body felt comfortable, and a huge spiritual energy rushed into the body, making the whole body's breath even more majestic and smooth. Su Yang knows that he must have already broken through. Look at your own attributes again. Host. Su Yang Realm. Yi Feng Shi First Floor Skill. Yin Yang Method I Technique. Annihilation Swallowing Heaven and Yin Technique. By breathing, one can seize the creation of heaven and earth, convert the extremely Yin Qi into spiritual Qi, and accelerate cultivation, divine level Taoist. Full level Tongtian Axis, full level Golden Light Curse Ordinary Talisman. Igniting Talisman, Proficient, Normal Mantra. Not activated, Treasure Chest. 0 Special Item. 1 Black Bear Robe, Skill. Hides human aura after wearing, increases defense by 50%. Su Yang was almost stunned on the spot. Annihilation swallows the sky and devours the Yin. Lying trough. Can one swallow Yin Qi in their breath and convert it into their own spiritual energy for cultivation? It's like carrying a mobile cultivation cheat. This world dominated by zombie Yin energy is simply tailor-made. It's amazing. Looking further down, Black Bear Robe. Previously in the Ren family, didn't that servant threaten to give Mr. Ren a piece? I didn't expect to be obtained by myself in this way. And, this skill is incredible. In this zombie world, being able to hide human breath is an additional means of survival. Su Yang is well aware that many zombies and monsters in this world seek their targets through their breath. Like Mr. Ren, who was bitten to death by his own father before, when he turned into a zombie, Lin Jiu's head got stuck in the cell and he couldn't take action, just by hiding his breath. Wen Kai and Ren Tingting also managed to escape from the hands of the old man by transferring their breath. Looking at his own system, Su Yang was overjoyed. Yizhuang is originally a place of extreme Yin. Consuming Yin energy now can enhance one's strength. It's absolutely amazing. Taking a deep breath, Su Yang crossed his knees and activated the annihilation swallowing heaven Yin technique. Suddenly, an invisible cold energy converged towards Su Yang's body. A huge cold and gloomy aura surged towards his room, and his body was like a small vortex, welcoming anyone who came. Yin Qi is fully consumed and transformed into a large amount of spiritual energy during breathing, wandering around the body with all limbs and bones. The next day, Su Yang got up early. At the moment he opened his eyes, a flash of extremely cold Yin energy flashed through his opened and closed eyes, and his breath transformed into a trace of spiritual energy, engulfing his body. His black eyes were as bright as stars, shining with exquisite radiance. Last night, I operated the annihilation swallowing heaven Yin technique, feeling incredibly comfortable all over. Looking at one's own realm. Nima. Su Yang was stunned on the spot. In just one night, he has been promoted directly from the first level of Yifangshi to the third level. Rao had already had a psychological expectation and was also startled by the speed of this rocket. However, the more so, the more hopeful Su Yang became. Thinking of this time, Mr. Ren specifically instructed himself to attend Mr. Ren's coffin lifting and relocation 3 days later. Su Yang jumped out of bed and prepared to learn talismans. If you only know how to draw fire symbols after obtaining the Tongtian book, wouldn't it be a big loss? In the yard. Wen Kai was practicing there with great energy. I witnessed the strength of my junior brother yesterday, which completely inspired his determination to become stronger. So I woke up early this morning and started punching in the yard. After completing a set of Taoist physical training techniques, Wen Kai felt a bit panting. Junior brother, are you here? Su Yang nodded and joined in practicing. Hey, didn't you see senior brother today? Su Yang was a little curious. Senior brother has been helping his aunt's shop these days, Wen Kai said mysteriously. His aunt faces the home courtyard. I guess senior brother thinks that looking at the chicken but every day is better than looking at the master's face. Cough. Lin Jiu's room heard a cough. The two of them quickly shut up. At this moment, Qiusheng pushed his bicycle in from outside. Su Yang suddenly saw a faint black ghostly aura on Qiusheng's body that seemed to be absent. Su Yang now possesses the yin-yang dharma eye, which naturally allows for a clear understanding of everyone's breath. Senior brother, what did you do last night? Wen Kai pouted towards Qiusheng, the dark circles under your eyes are too heavy, right? Qiusheng yawned and said, what can I do to help my aunt keep the shop? You definitely won't tell us what you can do or what you have done. Get lost. Qiusheng set up his bicycle and walked to the training post. Good morning, master. Su Yang shouted. Qiusheng nodded and immediately widened his eyes, looking at Su Yang as if he couldn't believe it. Teacher, junior brother, you. I clearly felt that Su Yang's aura was stronger than mine. The cultivation level of a Taoist can be clearly seen as lower than their own level if they have a higher level. You cannot see through what is higher than yourself if it is lower. As now, Su Yang is able to see clearly the realm of Qiusheng and the 9th level of Jiaodong Daotong. But Qiusheng could only feel that Su Yang was more powerful than himself, and he couldn't see the specific layers. Even so, Qiusheng's eyelids were trembling. When Kai became energetic and said, "Senior brother, you don't know. Yesterday, we fought a big battle against the Black Bear Demon at Lord Ren's mansion. It was a bloody life and death battle, and the most crucial thing was that the demon knew how to hide its strength. There were 3 layers of wild demons." Qiusheng was stunned for a moment and smiled, "You're so scared that you're going to have to pee." Chapter 10. 3 Layers of Wild Demons. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The 3rd level of the wild demon is not something that Wen Kai and Su Yang can challenge, but can you watch them stand here with good arms and legs? Qiusheng joked, "Fortunately, Master didn't go far, otherwise you too would." No, it all depends on the junior brother's ignition talisman. The literary talent was not satisfied, and the urgency was both speaking and gesturing. It seemed that it was oneself who demonstrated his divine power yesterday. Qiusheng originally looked at Su Yang in shock, but heard that it was the ignition talisman that killed the Black Bear Demon. It goes without saying that when the master left, he gave Su Yang a large number of talismans to approach him. However, for Su Yang, who was promoted to Yu Yi Feng Shi earlier than himself, he felt that he still needed to regain some face. Otherwise, when the master sees it, he will definitely serve himself with bamboo sticks again. Thinking about it, I glanced at Wen Kai. "Wen Kai, go prepare for today's practice of drawing talismans. It's also time for us to seriously teach our junior brother how to get started with drawing talismans." Qiusheng raised his head proudly. Upon hearing this, Wen Kai's eyes looked a bit strange. Just now, he had already mentioned that his junior apprentice had fought against the Black Bear Demon in the Sky Talisman battle yesterday. "Senior brother, what kind of mischief is this? Anyway, I also need to strengthen my practice." Shao Qing. Wolf hair, chicken blood, yellow paper, cinnabar. A series of preparations are complete. Qiusheng cleared his hands, looking presentable, reciting some Taoist mantras and blending everything in sequence. He picked up the wolf hair with his big hand. This drawing talisman emphasizes a focus on calming the mind, infusing one's own spiritual energy onto the wolf hair, and using the wolf hair to draw and store it in yellow paper. The most crucial thing is to complete it in one go. After Qiusheng finished speaking, he directly turned into his most skilled igniter. Of course, he does have a hint of his own caution. Let junior brother see, besides the master, his eldest senior brother's drawing of the ignition talisman is also not weak. Raise your hand and pinch the formula. There are countless laws in heaven and earth, and qi is the root of qi. Urgency is like a law. Amnesty. Qiusheng gestured towards an empty coffin in the yard. Shit. When the igniter touched the coffin, a spark the size of a thumb erupted. Although it did not burn the coffin, it also left a deep mark. Did you see that when drawing talismans, you need to operate like this and successfully save them all at once? Wen Kai was shocked to see it and said, "Senior brother, is he even more skilled in creating the ignition talisman?" However, compared to the fist-sized flying beard hair of junior brother, it's a bit lacking. Upon hearing Wen Kai's words, Qiusheng smiled proudly. "Next, let's draw." Wen Kai took the wolf hair and melted it 10 times in a row, only succeeding in one. Its power was as weak as a matchstick, and he stomped his feet in anger. Qiusheng looked concerned. "Junior brother, come and give it a try." Su Yang stepped forward and picked up the wolf hair for a moment, thinking for a moment, "Senior brother, I already know the ignition talisman. Can you teach me some other talismans?" Qiusheng was stunned for a moment, and immediately patted Su Yang's shoulder, speaking earnestly. Junior brother, it's not that senior brother mentioned you. Last time, Master only taught you the ignition talisman once. To learn these things, you must be down to earth, step by step. If you don't know how to do it, it's not embarrassing. You can learn and practice slowly. Everyone is a senior brother, no one will mock you. Suyang opened his mouth and said, it's not senior brother. I really know how to ignite the talisman. I want to learn other talismans. If it really doesn't work, can you show me the book, The Secret Method of Talismans? Suyang thinks that if someone plans to practice drawing talismans these days, it's better to learn as much as possible. Most importantly, he now possesses an extremely powerful full-level heavenly talisman, which can be considered as using cheats to learn talismans. If it really needs to be described. Suyang, who possesses the divine-level heavenly talisman, is now learning at a speed 100 times faster than before. Junior brother, don't be too ambitious. Qiusheng felt that he was simply too worried. Do you really think that after learning the talisman's secret law, you can read it at a glance, junior brother? Still too young. You're so naive. Qiusheng shook his head helplessly. Senior brother, I'll take a look. Suyang smiled innocently. After thinking for a moment, Qiusheng still took out the talisman's secret technique that his master had given him. Suyang opened this book and immediately felt like a precious treasure. I couldn't help but pick up my pen and start learning how to draw various talismans. Corpse Control Talisman, Soul Control Talisman, Soul Capturing Talisman, Exorcism Talisman, Warding Off Evil Talisman, Clearing Heart Talisman. Lift the wolf hair and raise your hand to dance with dragons and phoenixes. A corpse charms appeared on the yellow paper. It can be said that it was completed in one go. Well, we need to practice more. Once born, twice cooked, and after 3 attempts, I have reached proficiency. Suyang was overjoyed. Pick up the pen and start drawing the soul-stopping talisman again. After the same 3 times, become proficient directly. Then there is the Dementor's Talisman. Exorcism Talisman. Exorcism Talisman. Qingxin Fu Suyang was like a wild ox drinking water, learning all the dozens of talismans in this book in one breath. Qiusheng. Wen Kai. After a long time, Qiusheng swallowed his saliva. Junior brother, are you still human? This obscure and difficult to understand talisman, are you like playing with it? Just draw it. There is no failure. Although the speed was extremely slow at the beginning, as we got to the end, it was like installing a perpetual motion machine on our butt, getting faster and faster. Nima. Autumn is speechless to the extreme. I originally wanted to regain some face by drawing talismans. But junior brother, this operation was as fierce as a tiger. Fortunately, my careful thinking of finding a venue has not been exposed yet, otherwise my face would have been slapped loudly. Qiusheng's sorrowful life is unbearable. The literary talent next to him has also become petrified. Although I saw Su Yang's strength last night. But now seeing Su Yang's ability to draw talismans against the sky, I am simply envious, jealous, and resentful. Wow, junior brother, why are you so powerful?